Hello my friends, and welcome to Disney Dreamlight Valley. Today we're gonna talk about the starpath. I see there's a lot of new players right now in the game, a lot of questions in the comments, a lot of questions on social media, people asking about the starpath, and I feel like it's a good time to make a video where we're gonna go through everything about the starpath, and specifically this starpath. If you want any tips on how to be as efficient as possible with it, any tricks that can make your life easier in the starpath, if you're a new player, or even if you're not a new player, I think you're gonna find a lot of value in this video. So, before we begin, I just want to ask you to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because I do make daily Disney Dreamlight Valley content, and I think you're gonna have a lot of fun being a part of this community. Thank you so much. Let's begin. So first of all, let's answer a few very important questions about starpath. When you first start, you are going to have an option to buy starpath for... first of all, you get it for free, but you also have two options: to buy premium version for 2,500 or for 3,300. And I've seen a lot of questions, people asking which one I should buy. And the answer is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whatsoever. If you are going to complete the whole thing, in the end, it's not going to matter. Let me explain. You pay 2,500 to unlock the premium starpath. In my opinion, every single time, it is always worth it. If you're asking, is it worth it? It is worth it. You are getting so much stuff. So many beautiful items. Like, the items in starpath are usually the same quality as the premium shop items. And if you take a look at the prices in the premium shop, stuff goes for thousands of moonstones per item. In starpath, you are getting 6 pages, 7 items on each page, which is 42 items for the price of 2,500 moonstones. But it gets even better. 2,500 moonstones is only the amount you pay up front. After you complete the entire thing and collect all of the canisters, you'll be able to claim 2,000 moonstones back. So your real cost is only going to be 500. But it doesn't end there. To answer the question, should you buy 3,300 moonstones or 2,500 moonstones? Why it doesn't matter? Because you can get extra moonstones in the end, even if you bought 2,500 version. So let me explain. If you buy 3,300, you're basically getting additional 100 canisters for extra 800 moonstones, which in the end, you can sell right here. You can sell it right back to the game. You can spend your 100 canisters to get 900 moonstones back, which means you paid 800 moonstones and you will get 900 back. So you are gaining 100 moonstones for buying more expensive version. But even if you didn't buy more expensive version, after you complete every single task in the starpath and you unlock every single item on this page, you'll be able to click on this, and if you go and select 100 tokens, if you haven't bought 33 like more expensive version, it will give you a discount right here. It's gonna say spend 800 moonstones for 100 canisters. It only works once, and it only works if you haven't bought more expensive versions. So you can still get 100 canisters for 800 and then sell them back right away for 900, gaining the same 100 extra moonstones, which makes the true cost of the starpath only 400 moonstones. 400 for 6 pages of goodness is absolute steal. Never, ever pass up a starpath. It's insane how much value is in it. And a lot of people who did at the beginning, they regretted not being able to get some of the items now. And trust me, even if those items do come back, they're going to be 10, 20, 30 times more expensive than when you could got them from the starpath. All right, now with the question of is it worth it and which version to buy out of the way, let's take a look at the tasks. Now, a lot of people were upset the way that the duties are structured this season. And let me show you the page from Disney Dreamlight Valley wiki that explains. So if we look at the task of at the list of duties on Disney Dreamlight wiki, you can see that it gives you 5 canisters up to quest 18. After quest 18, it starts giving you 10 canisters per quest, and then after quest 46, it starts giving you 20 canister per quest, all up to the very end. There is 80 quests in total. There is 1,060 canister altogether, so it's exactly the same amount of tasks and exactly the same amount of total points. Now let's go through the tasks, and I'll give you a couple of tips how to make your life much easier when doing the star path. First of all, I highly recommend having this list open in front of you, just so you can see what tasks are coming up soon, because there's a lot of tasks in here that can be combined together, making your life much easier. For example, task number 2, break some rocks. You can keep it in your tab and not do this, instead focusing on some other tasks that are less likely to be combined. For example, spending time with characters or building stuff. The best tasks to leave until you can combine it with another task are uprooting the forgetting. If you don't have a lot of night thorns, honestly, personally, I think it's like if you are doing this on relaxed pace, if you're not trying to speedrun the star path, it's totally fine to just do this. Like you don't need to leave them until you can combine it with another uprooting. But if you are very low on night thorns and you want to finish this as soon as possible, then maybe you want to wait until you get another one of these, because when you get 2 uproot the forgetting tasks at the same time, each night thorn is going to count for both of them. Also, another tip, if you have Eternity Isle expansion, all of those beautiful splinters of fate, the little green glowing rocks, they count as night thorns as well. So you can uproot those as well, and it's going to count towards this task. So stuff like uproot the forgetting, anything to do with mining, anything to do with fishing, giving gifts. If it's generic give gifts, you can just wait, because there's so many tasks that require you to give gifts. A lot of tasks require you to serve people in the restaurant. There's a bunch of them, and it gets harder and harder. So if you want, you can just wait and maybe potentially save a couple cooking quests. Completing Dreamlight duties, if you absolutely hate Dreamlight duties like I do. I mean, I don't hate them, but like when I'm doing star path, I want to be doing star path tasks, not Dreamlight duties tasks. So I usually like to combine them with stuff. So I would wait for at least 2 Dreamlight duties tasks to align together so I can knock them out faster. There's a lot of generic fishing quests that can be combined with quests requiring for specific fish, or maybe 2 quests requiring for specific fish that can be fished in the same biome. There's lots of ways to optimize how you combine your tasks. If you look at the list of tasks, it's very, very repetitive. It follows the same pattern. Basically, it goes like chat with somebody multiple times, then complete Dreamlight duties, then give somebody their favorite gifts, then work a shift in the restaurant, then go do some fishing, then go do some mining, then go do some harvesting, and they like go up over and over and over. So the tasks that you like doing the least, just keep them around until you get another tasks that can be combined together. This way you'll have to do your least favorite task for half the time. Now, I'm not gonna spoil all the riddles. I know a lot of people are asking questions about what exactly does this mean? What this game wants me to do. I do think that it's very fun the way they decided to do all of these little riddles in the tasks. So I will link this wiki article though, because there is a lot of good points under the table. For example, for certain tasks, there is explanation. If it's not exactly clear, it will give you an explanation, but I'm not going to go through it right now. I'm just going to link it in the description in case you want to go check it out for yourself. I'm just going to say that something that was completely not obvious is that, for example, when it says to catch multicolored shrimp, It's not just Prisma Shrimp, regular shrimp will count as well. Now, there is a task 76 that requires you to craft a DJ set, which is a very expensive item. So you might want to start stockpiling your resources before you even get to this task. If you see the recipe, for example, the blue DJ set takes 100 dry wood, 50 iron ingots. 50 iron ingots. That's a lot of iron ingots. And 10 blue blue flour. Okay, now a few tips about a few tasks, how you can make your life a little bit easier. If the task requires you to pick certain flowers, what you can do, if you have some of these flowers in the chest, for example, the task is to pick, let's say, I don't know, yellow flowers. You can just pick a couple yellow flowers or find them in your chest. The point is you need to get them into your inventory. Let's say, doesn't matter which one, as long as it satisfies the condition. So whatever flower you need to pick up multiple times, just put it in your inventory, a couple of them, as many as you can, and then just drop them. Just like that. And then you can pick them up all over again. And every time you pick it up, after dropping, it's going to count as you picking up a new flower. So you can knock out flower quests in seconds instead of waiting for the flowers to respawn, especially the quests that require you to get very specific flowers that are very rare, that only spawn like 2 at a time per map. You can just harvest those 2 and just keep dropping them and picking them back up until you complete the quest. You can also do the same with shells. Some quests in Starpath will ask you to collect a certain amount of shells or scallops or anything. You can just pick them up, but this one is a little bit more difficult because before you drop them, you need to split them, because if you drop a stack of shells and then pick it up, it's only going to count as 1. If you split them and now you drop them, you can pick up 2 and each of them will count as 1. So you can just drop 2 shells 5 times, then pick them up, and you're going to get it count as 10 shells. So if you don't want to wait for the shells to respawn, or you can just grab them from the chest if you have and just do the dropping and picking it up yourself. There is an issue with the Starpath, or at least with favorite gifts for certain villagers. Sometimes they will request stuff from Eternity Isle, which if you don't have an expansion can be really annoying. The best way to deal with it is just to give them everything that you can and then just wait until the next day, because they're going to get a new list and hopefully you're going to get more items that you can actually give them. I'm surprised they didn't fix this, because a lot of people complained about it in the last update, and it makes no sense if somebody doesn't have an expansion for the villagers to request it, but the only workaround is just to wait and just keep trying the next day. I would definitely recommend having this open on your phone and just keep tracking, so you know like next 5 to 10 quests, what is it gonna be, so you can plan ahead and see what of your current tasks you could potentially combine with the upcoming tasks, and that's gonna make your efficiency through the roof. I know people who already completed the Starpath, and update been out for like 2 days, 3 days. It's pretty impressive. If you guys having trouble with figuring out the puzzle in any of the tasks, feel free to post it in the comments. We're gonna try to help you. Also, when the task requires you to spend time with a certain villager, sometimes the way the timer works is very weird. Sometimes it would not update for a while, but then it will jump up by a couple of minutes. I feel like this timer is dependent on you actually doing something. Like, if the game detects that you can just start hanging out with somebody and just stand there for 15 minutes, it's not going to count. You need to be doing things. I think it only counts the time if there is certain period between the actions that you do. So if you hang out with somebody, just go do something that you need to do while hanging out with the character you need to hang out with, so the timer will actually keep counting. Also, don't forget the tasks that require you to cook meals of a certain star quality. Usually you can make anything that's higher than that. For example, cook meals that would never make the cut at Chez Remy. Basically make 1-star meals. you can actually cook 5-star meals and it will still count. So if there's a specific meal that is your go-to that you like crafting for your energy, as long as it has more stars than is required for the task, you can still do that, and if you don't want to end up with a bunch of useless 1-star meals in your inventory. Certain tasks in the star path can be very easy with certain potions. For example, if you get some especially shiny rocks, first of all, highly recommend combining this with another mining task, because this can be a while. You need 5 shiny gems, and the fastest way to get shiny gems, in my opinion, is to use mining potion. You can craft either the regular one or the big one. To be fair, almost any mining task can be done much faster with a potion, because it will increase the chances of you dropping many gems, and if you need shiny gems, it's definitely going to be the fastest done with the potions, especially if they're asking you for a very specific shiny gem. It can take forever to do it. However, hanging out with your body while doing Starpath tasks is not going to help you whatsoever, because bonus drops from buddies do not count towards the counters of the Starpath tasks. But the stuff that does count are the potion drops and also the lucky drops. For example, when you mine and you get an explosion from a rock, definitely try to collect everything that drops in that explosion, because it's most likely gonna help you tremendously. Like, sometimes I would get 2 shiny gems just from one explosion, and it's gonna complete my whole task in 1 second. So always have golden bar when you're doing any activities for Starpath. If you're fishing, you can literally get an explosion of the fish that you need, and it's gonna give you a huge boost on the tracker of the task. So never do anything without the golden bar, because golden bar increases your critical chance, which will give you those explosions more often. Catch some tentacle seafood. This one you can do octopus in a Glade of Trust or Forgotten Lands, or you can do the squid in Glade of Trust or Forgotten Lands, or octopus in the docks on Eternity Isle. All of them are blue, so the problem with the blue is the hardest fish to catch, because you cannot use potion. If you need to catch something that has a gold bubbles around it, then just use the fishing potion. It's going to turn your white bubbles into gold bubbles, and you can knock it out in no time. But if the task requires you a blue fish, that one is going to take forever. Fish for something that's puffy. That one will require you to catch some fugu. And fugu is a very interesting fish. It can only be caught from golden pools in Dazzle Beach when it's raining. So make sure to go to the beach and just use the potion. It's the easiest way to get the fugu. Just fishing potion and a rain. In the task, pick some fungi. You can only pick mushrooms that are just lying on the ground, and there is no way around it. It's not going to count if you water some big mushrooms. This one, you'll just have to keep coming back and collecting all the mushrooms. I highly recommend using the vacuum if you have one. Just place it in your Glade of Trust and check it every couple of hours and suck it up all the mushrooms. Sleeping Princess's birthday cake is Aurora cake. The recipe for this one, if you're curious, is wheat, sugarcane, eggs, any fruit, and milk. Be on guard while you catch this fish. It's a swordfish. Swordfish is another legendary fish that you can catch on the beach, but this time, you don't need the rain. Cook a fragrant lancetfish dish. Now, this one is pretty simple. It requires lancetfish, shrimp, any seafood, tomato, and rice. Play Go Fish with some bass. Now, this task can be very difficult. The easiest way to catch bass, as the wiki says, is to just fish in the open water. So don't target any bubbles. Just cast in the water without bubbles, and you either gonna get seaweed or you're gonna get bass. And you have to do it in Peaceful Meadow, Forest, Sunlit Plateau, or Frosted Heights. So there's a lot of places where you can catch it, but you're definitely gonna stock up on some seaweed while doing this. Fruit that red outside and white inside is an apple. Dig for something blue, pretty much any gem that is blue, plus Vitalis Crystal. So the best place to do this is going to be Vitalis Mines, because there is one blue gem in there and Vitalis Crystal, so you're going to knock it out in no time. Above average meals are 3-star or above meals. Yeah, I think I think this is pretty much it. I think this covers most of the tips that I can give about the star path. The main tip that I want to end this video with is do not rush it. We have almost 2 months to complete the star path. And I know a lot of people are completing it within the first couple of days to do it as fast as possible. And it's totally fine. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But don't feel pressured into rushing into completing the star path. You have plenty of time. So if you feel like you're overwhelmed, just feel free to take a break for a couple of days, then come back the next day. A lot of these tasks require you to, like, for example, talking to people or giving favorite gifts. You cannot do them in one day anyway. So the best way, in my opinion, and the least stressful way of doing star path is to just keep coming back every day or every other day and just knocking off a couple tasks of the list. And this way, you're going to be done with this whole thing in no time. And even stuff like some tasks you can even knock out of the list by accident because you're just doing stuff that you usually do and it just happens to coincide with the task that you already have. But I definitely highly recommend finishing the entire thing and highly recommend getting premium if you have moonstones. Even if you're trying to save them for some item in the premium shop, I still feel like Star Path is going to offer you so much better value than anything in the Star Premium shop will. And the premium shop items might come back with the same price. Star Path items, even if they do come back in the future, they will never be this much of a steal as they are right now. So highly recommend going for it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if this was a helpful video. If you want anything to add about the Star Path, I'm taking my sweet time with it. Probably going to be knocking out like 5 to 10 tasks every live stream, and probably in about a month I'm going to be done with it. And this way I can not feel overwhelmed with all the duties. And before, I used to be like trying to beat it as fast as possible, but then I was like, but why? I can just spread out the enjoyment and I will never be in a position where I have nothing to do in the game. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more content. We're so close to 30,000. Guys, we can hit that number in a week. If you subscribe right now, if you watch this video and you haven't subscribed yet, you can be a part of the beautiful 30,000 subscribers milestone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.